Welcome to the NBA Picks Show on the LineStar YouTube channel. Alongside my co-host, Tyler Wiemann, I'm Shannon Sommerville, and we've got your top NBA picks, as always, on Underdog. If you don't have Underdog yet, download it. Use the promo code LineStar so you can get a nice deposit match plus 1 free month of the LineStar app. And today we get to start off the show with a nice money gun celebration because yesterday we were able to cash 3x on our ladder lineup. So, Tyler, I think that calls for a celebration. 3x the money. My money gun's a little busted. All right. There we go. A little bit. All right. So let's get after it today. See if we can't set off the money gun once again with some nice picks for tonight's action. We've got the Oklahoma City Thunder looking to close things out against the Denver Nuggets in Game 6 in Denver. Any initial thoughts on this matchup, Tyler?
Man, it's going to be an interesting one. This is clearly the most competitive series we had for round 2. So I'm very interested in it, and I think it could go 7.
That's for sure. This is going to be a good one. So for our picks for today, what we're going to do is we're going to have one entry that's going to use that extender bonus that you're going to get on Underdog. Each game of the playoffs, or the longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus that you're going to get on Underdog. So take advantage of that deal. We'll give you 2 picks from that. And do us a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and then comment below, and you're entered into our contest. So if we go 2 for 2 on our extender picks, one randomly selected commenter will win $20. So make sure, again, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below, and you are in it to win it. We'll start off with the extender, and then we'll get into our ladder lineup, which has been a ton of fun this season. All right, starting off with those extender picks, we're going to start things off with OKC big man and former New York Knicks player Isaiah Hartenstein. Higher than 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists here. Listen, he has been tasked with trying to slow down Nikola Jokic, which means he's closer to the basket, gets more minutes. I like the spot here. How about you, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, he's got that impossible task of just slowing down. I mean, there's no stopping, only slowing. And
True.
In this spot, because of that, he's been playing a couple extra minutes, averaging 29.6 minutes over the last 5, averaging 24.4 PRA, and he's been over in 4 of 5 versus Denver. So why not just go back to it?
All right. And then on Denver's side of things, we're going to go with their forward, Peyton Watson, higher than 2.5 rebounds and assists, quite simply because our props optimizer gives this one the highest edge percentage when you sort by the edge percentage. By the way, download the props optimizer today. But Peyton Watson's our pick here. LineStar and the consensus are with us to the higher. What is your thought on this particular play here for Watson?
Yeah, I mean, he's been coming in and really attacking the rebounds. He's averaging 3.2 versus OKC, averaging 3.4 on the season for rebounds per game. And then a thing that I thought was interesting, he doesn't have an assist in this series. However, he has 0.6 per game in the regular series. So I think there's probably some positive regression coming there where he could get an assist. And this 2.5 line is just low. So I don't mind going there. The rebound line is also 2.5 on Underdog.
Right. You get a little extra juice on it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you wanted to just go rebounds, I understand that too. I think the payout for that is like 1.1.
So yeah, and for a guy who had 8 rebounds last game, might be a good way to play that. We're just going to go with that rebounds assist. Give ourselves an extra chance there with the assist as well. So our entry on Underdog is going to look just like this. Isaiah Hartenstein higher than 23.5 points, rebounds, assists. Peyton Watson higher than 2.5 rebounds and assists. And that's going to be our entry. So like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below. 2 for 2, one randomly selected commenter wins $20. Another one that you may want to consider is SGA lower than 1.5 threes, Tyler. What are you liking about fading SGA from the 3-point line?
Well, I mean, our projection's 0.8. The consensus is 1.29. He shoots 35% from the field, from 3-point range on the road versus 39% at home. So he's a better 3-point shooter at home. This game is away. And in this series, he's only shooting 25% from 3. So it's been hard for him to get those 3 balls off. And he's been missing a lot, shoots worse on the road. So I don't mind going the under 1.5. Also, it's just not really his game. I mean, he wants to get the paint and get those mid-range shots.
And especially against this Denver team, which that's been a problem for them over the course of the season, is allowing points in the paint. So like the angle there. All right, those are our picks. Now it is time for our ladder lineup. I feel like for this segment, Tyler, we need like to get firefighter helmets or something. That would make it fun. Like climbing the ladder. Here we go. All right. Yesterday we were able to cash a 3x entry. Let's see if we can't get that 25x for tonight. Now, in building these lineups, we're always trying to go for players with the biggest boom potential. So we're trying to get that 25x. Yes, the 3x was great, but let's try to get as much money as we can out of these 3-player picks here. We're going to start off with the scenario that, okay, Tyler, going into this, I think I'm going with the scenario that, hey, the Denver Nuggets in an elimination game, backs against the wall, got to go with Jokic, right? 24, 29, 38, but this is a player averaging 30 points per game in the series, and he did have 42 and 44 in games 1 and 4 respectively. So with this scenario, we got to just think Jokic puts the team on his back and just says, let's get it to another game here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think for this ladder, an interesting strategy is just going one of the two main stars for Denver, either Murray or Jokic. We're going Jokic. Do a role player on whatever team you think might win it, and then one of the stars on the other team, be it SGA or Jalen Williams. For this, we're going with Jokic. He obviously has the ceiling and can get it done. It is a closeout game. In closeout games, you need your stars to really come through, and I think he's probably going to be aggressive and really try to push OKC a bit.
And then, like you mentioned, having a role player in there and one that's going to have to step up for them is going to be MPJ. Michael Porter Jr., 7, 10, 16. So for us to get that max payout, we need a 16-point game from him. And he's had 8 or more in games 2 or 3. He had actually 8, and then he did have that 21-point game. So this is something that he is capable of. He's had 3 or less points in the last 2 games, but shot 0 for 5 from 3. So my theory, Tyler, here is he knocks down a couple 3. We're in business. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, his attempts the last couple games been down to 7, where in the regular season or over the last 20, he's averaging 10 per game. We know he's battling the shoulder injury, but hey, he's going to play, and they really need him to knock down a shot or 2. Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
All right. Bless you. Well, with those two Denver Nuggets, we're going to round off our entry, our ladder lineup here with Jalen Williams for OKC. 18, 21, and 30. So we need to hit that 30 number for the maximum payout here. And hey, he had 32 back in game 3. Averaging close to 6 3-point attempts per game, though, Tyler. So I like the spot here because we know that if he can get hot from the perimeter, he can knock down a few threes for us, and those points will start to pile on. What I also like is something that I talked about earlier, which is Denver's issue with allowing points in the paint. They have allowed the second most points allowed in the playoffs. This is a trend that has continued to plague them plague the Denver Nuggets throughout the regular season, and it will continue here tonight. So Williams, a guy who can definitely attack the paint as well. What's your thought?
Yeah, his shot attempts are down. I mean, over the last 5, he's averaging 15.8 per game. That is with 2 games where he had 20 plus shot attempts. The other ones, they've been in the low teens, and OKC really needs to get him more involved. They need to make sure he's going to get those shot attempts, putting that ball up. And I think they're going to go back to trying to make sure he gets his shots in this spot. And also he's had games shooting poorly. If we get him knocking down a couple shots and those shot attempts go up, there's clearly that path to the 25x. So I don't mind this play whatsoever.
All right, so once again, our ladder lineup entry for tonight's contest is Jokic, MPJ, Jalen Williams. Let's all see some big games and big point outputs from all three of those guys, and hopefully we can hit that 25x mark. As far as this game is concerned, hey, why not? Let's see a game 7. This has been a pretty good series. Why not extend it? I say that for this game, but of course, when it comes to my Knicks on Friday, I do not want to see this series extended, Tyler. I'm objective like that. All right. So those are our picks for today. If you've got any locks for us in tonight's contest, please let us know in the comments. We're all trying to help each other out and beat the books on this Thursday. Let's go win some money. Good luck out there. We'll see you next time.